Alright everyone, welcome back to Nails by Sora. I hope you are doing well, as always. This video is going to be twofold. First and foremost, I want to introduce you to Nail Reserve. This is a company that I am familiar with, though I have not used their products before myself. They did contact me and ask if I would be interested in partnering with them, which, to be honest, I have a lot of gel polishes right now, so I wasn't really looking to become familiar with another brand at this point in time, but I have seen a lot of other people use their products and I know a lot of people are interested in them, so I figured, why not? So they are sponsoring a portion of this video. While I have not received any money from them, they did send me these products free to use and to test out, so I'm very much looking forward to playing around with them. I got to choose the products that I wanted. They have not told me what to say, how to say it. This video is mine, it's my opinion, and I'm going to honestly review and talk about these products. So I have been wanting to get into Polygel a little bit more, and I had in fact already planned on doing a video with Polygel coming up. So that's going to be this video. I'm going to be using it to do new extensions. I won't be doing it today. This set I just did a couple of days ago, but when I remove this set, I'm going to be replacing it with this Polygel. So I'm going to swatch that today along with these two colors. I saw, green is my favorite color. I absolutely love it. And I saw this acid green and I had to get it. So that's going to be one of the colors we swatch today, along with Eternity, which is a beautiful brown. And coming into, right now it's still August, but we're going to be coming into September soon. So Halloween colors, autumn styles, themes. I wanted to do something a little bit, removed from summer. And then one can never have too much cuticle oil. And this one is coconut based, so I did open it already. It smells divine, and it has this interesting pump which I've never seen before, where you just depress it. The what is this called? I guess the pump. It pulls up the cuticle oil, and then you just depress the plunger to apply it. And as I said, it smells absolutely wonderful. It is a bit thinner than I'm used to. It feels a little bit like water, but that just means that it's going to soak in to your cuticles even better. Oh, I love that smell. I love coconut. So I just wanted to go over Nail Reserve and what they're about a little bit before I get into actually swatching the products. So one of the great things, a lot of great things about this company is that they are 21 free. And that means that they're free of 21 of the harshest chemicals that are usually put into nail polishes and polygel and anything that needs to be cured. They make sure that the products are sourced ethically. There's no testing on animals. They want to make sure that the products are safe and not damaging to nails. They're all soak off. And they are a bit thicker in consistency, kind of in line with Madame Glam products, which I've been using since I started doing my nails. A little bit thicker, but that means that they're a little bit easier to apply. They're not going to move around on your nail as much, and you won't need as many coats to complete your manicure. They do say that one coat to full opacity, but I have to test it out myself to see. I would suggest doing 2 coats at least anyway, just so that you could build up some structure on the nail. But it said that it's not necessary, and the reason why their products are reliable and less likely to chip is because it is a thicker consistency. So I'm very much looking forward to using it. They do, of course, have 3 different types of gels. It's not just soak-off gel. They have hard gel, they have soft gel, and then the gel polish. So hard gel is more durable. It is going to give you a little bit extra strength and wearability, but because it's hard gel, the molecules that create the formula are so tightly woven together that acetone can't soak into it and break them apart, which is why you can't soak off hard gel. You have to file it off. Soft gel, the molecules are further apart, So it does the opposite. The acetone can get into the nooks and crannies, break it apart, and make it easy to remove with acetone or other solvents. And then, of course, you have your gel polishes, which are also soak off soft gels. They're just in a bottle, and they're a little bit looser of a formulation. So I'm gonna get into swatching these now because you've listened to me ramble long enough. But I'm definitely looking forward to using these colors in my own manicures. The green is making me think of like doing an acid apple, like a poison apple. If we were to do a Snow White theme, or to do something with a pumpkin that is glowing. It's so beautiful, and it is going on quite smoothly. I would not say it is full coverage in one coat, as I can see. It's a little streaky, but as I said, I would prefer to do more than one coat anyway. I usually don't do more than 2 coats unless it's a really sheer color. But I'm gonna pop this in the lamp. I believe it's a 60-second cure. Product must be cured. LED light 30 seconds. UV light 2 minutes. So mine is a combo UV LED, so I'm going to split the difference and do for 60 seconds. So while that's curing, I'm going to go ahead and do, I should say you should also probably shake your gel polishes. I don't know why, I never think to do it at home. I always turn my bottles upside down and tap them to agitate them and get them more thoroughly mixed before I use them when I'm in the salon. But for some reason, when I'm at home, I don't think to do it. I think it's just sense memory. Like I'm so used to doing it in certain situations that I do it without thinking about it. And then when I get home, because I never used to do it, it just doesn't occur to me. So this one is a little bit thicker, a little bit more opaque. But as I said, I'm still going to do 2 coats. So this is Eternity, Acid Green, and I'm going to go ahead and do that second coat. All right, so while those are curing, I'm going to go ahead and open the Polygel. I believe they had a clear Polygel. I don't remember, but I chose the Pink Harmony. I haven't used Polygel in a while, but I really wanted to do another Pop It style application where you apply it to forms like this. And then you cure it on the nail and then pop it off. So that way you're left behind with a perfectly shaped nail and you don't have to do much finish filing, if any at all. So I really want to play around with that. It is August 15th right now as of recording, and my next manicure is set to be done on, where's my calendar? On the 19th. So that's when I'm going to be doing the rest of this video. But of course, you'll get it in like a few minutes, if I can ever get this open. All right. That taken care of. Now, usually there's a slip solution that you use along with it to wet your brush so that you can go ahead and manipulate the polygel. But I'm just going to use isopropyl alcohol because it's what I have on hand and it does the same thing. Now the sparkles that you may see are actually in the brush I'm using. It's not part of the polygel. So I will have to more thoroughly clean this brush before I go ahead and use it in my manicure. But you just want to press it down lightly to move the Polygel around. This is what I would say a normal consistency is for Polygel. It's thick, it doesn't move around on its own, and you can mold it quite well. The Polygel that I've tried to use in the past, which is why I haven't used it that often or at all, basically feels like loose gel. I don't think it's actually Polygel. I think it was a bad brand or a bad batch, and it's just, you can't use it. It doesn't work the way Polygel is supposed to work. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't done other videos with Polygel. I just can't get it to work because the brand that I have is crap. But this one feels really good. The color is absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to go ahead and cure it. So I don't have a top coat from Nail Reserve, so I'm just going to use one of my other brands, which I think I need to pick up more top coat anyway. In the past week, I have swatched all of my gel polishes because I never swatched them before. When I first started doing nails, I mostly worked with dip powders, and that's what I felt it was necessary to swatch, because if you look at a gel polish bottle, the swatch is usually embedded in the cap already, or the label matches the color almost exactly. So I didn't really feel it was necessary to go ahead and swatch gel polishes. But now that I've made a career out of it, it's a little unrealistic to have a client come in and point them to the wall that's behind the desk where I work and be like, hey, pick a color. It's easier to hand them a book of swatches or a ring of swatches. And that way they have it in their hands. If they want to do more than one color, they can, you know, compare and contrast and mix and match. So I went through and I swatched over 200 gel polishes in the last week. And now I have no top coat because I had to top coat over all of them. But we're gonna wait for the swatches to finish. We're going to go over them again. And I will tell you the wonderful thing that Nail Reserve gave me for you. So here once again are our colors. We've got Acid Green, we've got Eternity, and we've got Pink Harmony Polygel. So what does Nail Reserve have for you? For you, my loyal subscribers, and even if you're not a subscriber, I mean, I would love it if you would be a subscriber, but you don't have to be a subscriber. If you click on the link in my description box, you will be taken to their website and you will get 50% off coupon code. Now, you do have to have a minimum of 2 products, and just so you know, it won't work with any promotions currently running on the website. So, in the interest of complete transparency, I will say that I do get a small commission from it, but I think 50% off your entire purchase, minimum 2 items, is well worth it. And from what I can see from just swatching the colors, the consistency and the quality of the products are really good. Of course, I won't know until I use them on myself and wear them for a bit how well they work, but bear in mind also that I work in the industry. Most of my gel polishes chip at some point anyway because I'm using acetone all the time. And as we learned, soft polishes do soak off, so acetone is going to eventually wear away at it. But if you are interested in checking them out, do click on the link below. 50% off, minimum 2 items. Does not work on any current promotions or collections. And once again, you can see from the label, they are vegan, and they do not do any testing on animals, because I would never use any products that test on animals. So that's going to conclude this portion of the video. I will be back in a moment to do my Polygel application. So stay tuned. All right, so it's a couple of days later and we are getting into the Polygel application. Now I've done one nail, or at least I've gotten partially through one nail. I'm on the fence about it. not this brand, just Polygel in general. I've only used it once before, and I actually had some success with it, but I know I'm gonna have to patch it. It's a little thin on the side, both sides actually. I've got some seepage and it's a little uneven underneath. The point of Polygel is it's supposed to make things easier. Maybe you just have to practice with it a lot more than I am willing to, but I'm gonna finish the set because I don't like leaving things unsettled, so to speak. I want to at least give it a fair shot. So I know I used a little bit too much product on my thumb. I've got it right here. I want to try doing it a different way. So I've already got my nails prepped with base. I did leave some product already on my nails from the removal process because I didn't want to take my nails all the way down to the natural state. They are pretty much there. You know, you can see the nail bending, but they're still looking pretty good. They're dry because I dehydrated them, but they're still looking pretty good. But what I did with this nail is I filled the barrel with the Polygel and then I spread it out using a cleanup brush and some alcohol. You can use slip solution or swipe if you have it, but alcohol works just as well. I'm going to take what's on, so I filled the barrel with the product, pressed it onto the nail, tried to minimize the pooling around the cuticle, and then I cured this area so that I wouldn't have to keep fussing with it as it was on the nail, because I wanted to turn my finger over and smooth it out underneath and get it as even as possible to minimize filing later on. But what I want to try to do is just apply it to my nail directly and then add more once it's secure underneath the nail. So I'm going to take what's on my palette for now, if I can get it off the palette. And just pat it down. I will need to add some more. It is a good consistency. I'm finding it pretty good to work with in terms of spreading it without it sticking to the brush. I just wish I was a little bit more comfortable with using it. Okay, so now I'm going to take it by the tip and I'm going to push it down. I want to hold it at like a 45-degree angle and push it down onto the nail. Holding it with my finger, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. I did still use more than I wanted to. I am moving it a little bit further up my nail, trying to keep it smooth out and create that apex. It is very thin down here though. I will add more afterwards, but let's go ahead and flash this so that I can keep it stabilized. So I'm just aiming it down. If you can see, I'm aiming it down at the cuticle, trying to keep it away from the underside, just so that it doesn't move. And then I'm going to add a little bit more underneath. So far, this is taking a lot longer than just applying jelly tips. I'm gonna switch brushes. Okay, I'm gonna put my whole hand in the regular light, or I'm gonna put my hand in the lamp to cure it all the way, and then I'm going to pop these two nails off and see where we're at. All right, so all you have to do is loosen it from each side, and you can see the air bubble forming. And we have something attached. It's very bulky. It needs to be filed down, which I don't like having to do, but it's the nature of learning. Come on. This one's a little bit better. We have less of a ridge down at the cuticle line. We've got our apex. I just wish I didn't have to, I mean, I would have to go in and file it anyway because I'm going to do the manicure afterwards, and definitely would need to shorten them because they're too long, and shape them. But let's keep going. We'll move on to the next nail. I pre-sized my forms. You want to make sure, as always, that they're larger. If you're in between sizes, choose the larger one. I'm going to use a little less this time and see what happens. That's a lot better already. All right, so I'm going to flash that. I am fully aware that this is not the way that you're supposed to do it, but it's the way that I want to do it. We're creating a snake, but not intentionally. All right, into the lamp. All right, that's even better. Let's keep moving along. I'm just going to keep doing it the same way. I'm going to try to put a little bit more each time until I get the right amount so I don't have to keep adjusting as I go. And obviously, the smaller the nail, the less you will need. Wrong brush. We have switched brush. Oh, I got it all over the brush. Oops. You want to kind of taper it down at the edge so that it's down at the cuticle line so that it flows a little bit more smoothly. So that you don't have to do as much shaping. Oh. So I thought I was recording when I wasn't, and then I started recording when I meant to press stop. So I did my pinky off camera, and I did it in a different way that now I need to show you on my right hand, because I was going to do my right hand off camera, but I'll have to show you how I did the pinky, which got a really nice gradual application down at the cuticle line. It's actually pretty close to my other nails, except for the first two, but Yeah, I will go over on my right hand, but first I want to file and shape my left hand, which I will do on camera to show you, or at least one of my nails I will do on camera. Kind of sad to see the nice shiny surface go, but we need to show what we do so that other people can learn how to do it. I'm not going to take out my dust collector because it would be very difficult to explain what I'm doing if you can't hear me. But we're just basically going to shape our nails like we usually do. So I'm going to come around the free edge and I'm going to rock the file back and forth. I'm doing a, what's that shape? Almond shape. So I'm going to taper it, come up underneath, and then do the same on the other side. Then we want to round the top, so we're just going to rock it back and forth again. Just need to move my towel a little bit. And then underneath, just to get any rough pieces off and to get that nice tapered edge. I am going to file that out and smooth it. Go up on top. Now, if you don't want to use your hand file, which usually I use an e-file, then you're just going to use it the same way that you would when you're shaping your natural nails, or when you're shaping, evening out your tips, or whatever extension you're used to doing. I kind of like this shape. It's not the usual almond that I do, but I kind of like it. So if you want to go in with your e-file, I'm going to use, actually I need to change that out. I'm going to just use my sanding bit. Put it in forward because I'm using my dominant hand, and I'm putting it up to 15. I do put it up on a higher level when I'm using it on extensions. Just want to be careful when you're going in around your skin. Now it is quite thin here, so I will end up putting some layers of builder gel over top. I don't want to go in with more polygel at this point, just personal preference. I didn't use this color for the color. I used it because it was a neutral. It's what I have. So I'm not worried about there being a lack of color around the size of the nail. I'm going to be going over it with gel polish anyway. And then once you've got that all roughed out and smooth, and you've got your side walls sanded down, you can go underneath and thin that out. And then you'll want to make sure that you get down along your natural nail. And for that, I need to use something. think I'm going to use this diamond cone bit because it's tapered enough to get down close to the skin without doing any damage. I'm going to show you one more time on my pointer finger with shaping, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera before coming back in to show you how I applied my pinky nail on my right hand. Okay, this is a little bit more up against my cuticle than I can get at with the sanding bit. So I'm going to go in with my cuticle cleanup bit. I will link it down below. I'm just going to carefully go in around that eponychium in the sidewall. I'm going to switch the direction to go around the other side since I'm going to be pulling towards me, if I can get it to go. Kind of looks like a Russian almond. Okay. So that time, obviously I used the efile first before going in and shaping the nail. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that. I do need to shorten these quite a bit. Or at least this one I do. That's too long for me. That one's not bad. Still longer than I'm used to, but all right, I'm going to finish up with the rest of my nails on my left hand, and then I will check back when I go in to do my right hand, just for a little bit of a refresher. All right, here we are. We've got our nails all done on the left hand. I just want to go in and show you once again how I did my pinky since I ended up not recording it. So let's start out first and foremost with prep, because I forgot I did not prep this hand yet. So I'm going to go in with primer. This is non-curing primer, and it is non-acid. Just have to brush it on, give it a minute or so to dry. By the time you get to your pinky, your thumb will be ready to go. Should probably cleanse the nail first, since I've been working with a lot of dust. You can take a scrubby brush, dip it in some alcohol. I will re-prime these nails since I'm now taking it off. I just want to scrub the dust from the nails. I'm going to do my thumb first. I'm just going to put a normal amount of base on. It's not builder gel, it's just regular base coat. Just something for the polygel to stick to. And I'm going to flash cure my thumb before going in with the rest of my hand. All right, let's get into this. Let me find the right size. It is number 0. And I'm going to pump the polygel into the base as I did with the other nails. Grab the flash curing lamp, grab my brush. I'm going to press it up into the barrel of the nail as usual, making sure I get all of the edges this time because I did have a patch along the sidewall that was missing product that I needed to fill, which I did off camera. Okay, so what I did differently with my pinky nail last time was I went in from the middle of my finger and I pushed down towards the eponychium. I'm just going to jostle it back and forth, up and down, to really secure it on the nail. Clean up around the cuticle as much as I can, or the sidewall rather, without compromising. And I'm going to flash it right up against my thumb. So this will give me some time so that it's not moving to work on fixing up underneath. I will say that the thumb is the hardest. And maybe I should have left my natural nails a little bit longer. I'll go ahead and cure this, and then I'm going to do the rest of my nails. All right, so we finished both hands. I would have liked it to not have taken me almost 2 hours. I'm estimating, I don't know when I started. It's not perfect by any measure. I would like to maybe fill in this area, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. You can see there's a dip right here where that could cause a break. I'm going to run with it and just, you know, see how well these will last. Like I said, this is only the second time that I'm doing Polygel. I do like the way they look. I love the shape that I got. I like the apex that I got. My left hand obviously was better than my right hand because I am a righty, so it was a little bit more difficult using my right hand. But I would like to give an honest review of this product, but I can't because it's all I have really to go on. I don't have a wide range of Polygel products. I almost said potions. Polygel products to judge it up against. But I will say that for this only being the second time doing it, it was reasonably easy to work with. I just have to get the technique down a little bit better, practice with it, if it's something that I want to continue using. I do need to clean up my cuticles again, which I will wait for after I'm finished with my manicure, which will be in the next video. I'm going to film it now, but it will post after this one. But I'll go in with my cuticle ball bit and just buff it out and trim where I need to. But that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about Polygel, I will try to answer them down in the comments. I can only go on, obviously, my limited experience with it, though. That being said, I love this color. Like I said, no problems with nail reserve. But then again, I don't have anything to compare it against. So, thank you so much for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget, I have that coupon, that discount link down in the description box, 50% off. You do need to purchase at least 2 items, and it is not valid off of current sales or, what's it called? Sales or collections. But thank you once again for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.